10 people who look like cartoon characters. Childhood, what a time that was. Do you remember watching those early morning cartoons and wishing with all your heart to be in them instead of on the school bus you were about to hop onto? These photos of cartoon doppelgangers in real life are like getting to have cartoon characters living among us. With all the technological advances going on these days, is it so crazy to think that characters from your favorite cartoon, TV shows, and animated films have figured out a way to cross over to this dimension? Take a look at these and decide for yourself. Let's get started. Number 10. Edison Cavani is Tarzan. If you're a fan of soccer, you sure know who Edison Cavani is. And well, if you don't, here's a short intro about this fantastic striker. The player is the frontline attacker for the Uruguayan national team, as well as for the French football club Paris Saint-Germain or PSG. Now let's get down to business. Remember Tarzan? Well, who doesn't? Don't you think Cavani looks just like our favorite childhood cartoon Tarzan? Cavani has the long hair, narrow eyebrows, and the forehead. Although not exactly similar, he also has a narrow jaw like Tarzan. This 31-year-old center forward showed the world that he is well aware of the comparisons made between him and the Jungle Boy when he celebrated his goal against AS Monaco in the 2016 season by replicating a gesture done by the animated character. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for all of you that'll just take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell. And boom, 25 years of amazing luck. Try it really works. Number 9. The Father-Son Duo from Ratatouille. If you haven't seen the animated film Ratatouille, well, you're really missing out on something special. But if you've already seen it, you're in for quite the surprise here. In the movie, you'll find a character that is the most famous food critic, and his reviews are highly regarded throughout the city. His name is Anton Ego, and we found the person that looks exactly like him in real life. A TikToker named Joe Melee posted a video on the social media app where he dresses his father Frank like Anton from the movie, and the transformation is spot on. With the use of some eye makeup, identical clothing, and some gel to fix the hair, Melee was undeniably successful. But the fun doesn't stop here with the movie Ratatouille. This time around, it's him who looks exactly like the main character of the movie, Alfredo Linguini, who's an aspiring chef. Once he'd transformed himself into Linguini, wearing the complete chef's attire and a complete makeover, Melee and his dad Frank recreated the final scene. What do you think about this father-son duo? Let us know in the comments below. Number 8. Dora the Explorer. Dora, a 7-year-old girl of Latin American descent, embarks on numerous adventures in the wilderness with her friend Boots, a monkey, and a variety of fun and useful tools. Kids love this show, and so do some adults. Not because they're fascinated by the adventures of this cartoon kid, but probably due to the fact their children force them to watch Dora the Explorer all day long. Some of you might find Dora annoying, but this image of real-life Dora the Explorer might change your mind. This cute Dora doppelganger was seen on a public transport, and someone thankfully thought of taking a picture of her. It's not just the looks, but also her clothes that make her look just like the cartoon. Number 7. Carl from Up. Up is a 2009 American computer-animated comedy-drama buddy adventure film produced by Pixar Animation Studios and released by Walt Disney Pictures. The story is about Carl Fredricksen, an old widower who goes off on adventures in his flying house in search of Paradise Falls, his wife's dream destination. Well, the movie is adored by all age groups, and an old pensioner with a striking resemblance to the cartoon film character became an internet sensation back in 2012. The unnamed man looks remarkably like grumpy widower Carl Fredricksen. Back in the day, if you were active on Twitter, you must have seen this image of this man, alongside the DVD cover for the movie circulating all over the internet. It's remarkable how unreal the similarities are on this one. And to the one who found this man, we salute you for your worthy contribution to society. While we're talking about Carl, let's have a look at another lookalike candidate we found, and this time in a politician from Pakistan. The 71-year-old president of the Awami National Party in Pakistan bears some really striking resemblance to Carl. Do you agree? Let us know in the comments below. Number 6. Russell, the Positive Boy Scout. While we're on the subject of Up, the movie would not have been as enjoyable to watch without this chipper, insanely positive Boy Scout Russell. People tend to geek out over how adorable this kid is when skipping across the screen, even after watching it for the trillionth time. But just wait until you see the real-life version of this beloved Disney character. Who's more adorable, cartoon Russell or real-life Russell? We can't give you a solid answer. We're too busy geeking out over how adorable he is. Number 5. Andy, Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3 shows Andy as a grown-up teenager who is about to go to college. But before Andy leaves for college, his toys are mistakenly delivered to a daycare center. Woody convinces the other toys that they were not dumped and leads them on an expedition back home. Story of the movie aside, it wasn't long before a fan couldn't help but see his uncanny physical resemblance with the cartoon character. The lad went viral over the internet, where he poses just like the cartoon character, holding up his favorite toy figures, Sheriff Woody and Buzz Lightyear. The real-life doppelganger actually did a great job recreating this moment from the movie, and without a doubt, that similar haircut and facial features cannot be ignored, and it makes it look like Andy was always a real kid. Number 4. Maui, the demigod from Moana. In Disney's animated movie Moana, Maui is shown as a flawed hero demigod who was banished to a deserted island after he stole something that was forbidden. Well, we found him in real life, and his name is Kyle Paula. This 24-year-old bears an uncanny resemblance to the movie character, even to the smallest details such as his natural hairstyle, the tattoos, and even facial features and expressions. However, just like the demigod who was flawed for stealing, the real-life Maui has a somewhat similar story here. While his fame reached its peak and he was offered a good job by none other than Disney, some would have thought this boy had made it. Little did anybody know, soon complaints would start piling up when people exposed him for not keeping up with his commitments. Most noticeably, a woman named Monica Serrano of San Bernardino planned an elaborate Moana-themed birthday party for her daughter to feature Paula's appearance. What she got instead was a text that his aunt was seriously ill and in the hospital, and he would not be able to make it. Plot twist, he was seen by the same lady on the same day, posing with fans at none other than Disneyland. Disney was quick to respond and pulled back on the job offer, while Paula formally apologized on a podcast, stating that he did the same thing to more than 30 people, and he took full responsibility for his actions. Good job on that, and we hope he takes some inspiration from his doppelganger in the movie to get back on the right life path. Number 3. Moana lookalike. Well, here we have another Disney princess. We found out there living the life of a normal person among us. This Filipino teenager is a cosplayer who went viral in 2017 when she dressed up like the Polynesian princess for the WonderCon convention. Pictures from the event show the remarkable resemblance between the animated character and the real-life Moana. The 17-year-old channeled the animated character in a flower crown headband, red one-shoulder crop top, and a straw skirt, even recreating Moana's shell necklace in which she keeps the heart of Te Fiti while traveling across the ocean. Number 2. Shrek, but for real. The real-life inspiration for the animated character Shrek might just be a man nicknamed the French Angel. Known formerly as Maurice Tillet, a Russian-born Frenchman, the man rose to prominence as a wrestling star in the 1930s and 40s. Born in 1903, Tillet is said to have been called Angel by his boyhood friends because of his blonde hair and angelic face. At the age of 17, however, doctors diagnosed Tillet with acromegaly, a hormonal disorder that causes increased bone growth, including in the hands, feet, and face. Photos of Tillet following his acromegaly included growth spurt show a man who bears a striking resemblance to Shrek, the kind-hearted ogre from the 2001 movie of the same name. While Tillet had been dreaming of becoming a lawyer, he ended up in the French Navy, before ultimately entering the world of professional wrestling in 1937. Despite the uncanny physical similarities between Tillet and Shrek, DreamWorks, the studio which released the film, has never officially addressed the long-term standing rumor that Tillet's appearance served as the basis for the animated character. What do you think? Isn't this resemblance too good to be true, and the character might have not been born out of inspiration? Number 1. Elsa Frozen. The 2013 animated movie Frozen by Walt Disney Animated Studios is perhaps one of the most beloved films of its time. Both kids and adults absolutely loved the movie, and it grossed over $1.3 billion at the box office. If you were a teenager who looked just like an animated movie character, what would you do? For 18-year-old Anna Faith Carlson, who looks stunningly like Queen Elsa from Frozen, the answer was obvious. Start your own lookalike business. It all began with an Instagram post, where Carlson says her friend forced her to pose against the movie poster. Now, she and her younger sister go around dressed as the sisters Elsa and Anna from Frozen to schools, birthday parties, and hospitals, all in the name of a little princess magic. Carlson says it's not always getting her all the attention though, as one time when visiting a mall dressed as Elsa, a little girl saw her and started crying. When inquired about what happened to her, the girl's mom said she thinks Elsa will freeze her with her powers. However, these sisters are bringing joy to thousands of kids, especially the ones at the hospital who would love to meet their heroes. We hope you enjoyed today's video. Do you know anyone who looks like a cartoon character? Or are you yourself possibly a lookalike? Let us know in the comments below.